Greetings and salutations everyone, I'm Mac. This is Limbus Company, the Unsevering. This is probably the end of the road. That feels like an end of the road thing. I see a body there though that looks a bit like Bamboo Hatted Kim though, but not the point. Nurse Fathers. Clear within 10 turns, 3 enemies weak to Wrath and Pride. We're still doing it with these guys. I would like to bring in Chief Family Butler Ryoshu because she has Wrath and Pride and can easily set things up, but actually let's shuffle He Sang to 3rd place. Tune up Pride generation. Actually, wait, no. That's the best order, I think. 57. Leaving behind the perpetrator of the carnage, greeting Ryoshu on the other side of the security wall. We had no other choice but to make our way toward the lab.
류슈야, 답하기 싫은 물음이라 하면 비껴보내어도 괜찮네만. 아비란 자들과는 어떤 사이였는가? 단순히 그대와 악연으로 물든 인연이라기에는. 방금 전 그대의 표정은 조금 미묘해서 말이오.
모든 조각이 맞물려진 것은 아니지만 그들은 말 그대로 아비, 나라는 검을 펴려낸 내 아비들이었다.
Oh, nice and short. More of these sorts of fights. Yeah, we don't get backup passives for these, so the people we send in have to count. Bad time to lose that clash, Gregor. Here's the thing, if they win the clash, then we don't get the damage off. They raise our stagger threshold a bit, but I would like to get some sloth resources, so I'll actually take that hit. And here we can get rid of some of the bleed coins. Oh, what did Yi Sang do to deserve that?
언제까지 버티나 보자고.
태풍!
That feels so dirty. Protect his stance. Get the pride resources up to full.
언제까지 버티나 보자고.
If Merceau had flipped heads at the start, I bet that would have worked out for us. You had better not flip that. Someone has to die this round.
기꺼
비들어지기.
흩어지 찾지 못하리. 탑봉창 회풍
타오르시게. 전격발.
Oh, I don't like how little HP Sang has after that really unfortunate time of them deciding to target him with both of those unbreakable skill 3s.
탑봉창 내 뒤로
눈부시지 않도록 두려워하지 마. 끝내. 정수아리. 총알값 아까울 놈은
Turn 7. Yeah, I think Ryoshi's about to lose her awesome poise numbers, and there's nothing we can do about it.
파격감. 전력으로 상대해봐. 이 구석구가 나의 폭력을 저지하기엔 턱없이 모자르지.
회풍. 이 파도 속에서 움직일 수 있는 오직 나. 깨어져라. 흩어져 찾지 못하리.
타오르시게 비들어지게 끝내. 타오르시게.
Just one guy left.
파격감.
회풍.
전력으로 상대해봐.
Just a casual 104 damage. No need to even finish the clip. More story?
나를 계속 고용해라. 봉헌의 여러 협객 중 내가 별나게 보일 수 있겠지. 하지만 그 후엔 흑수들보다도 뛰어나다는 걸 알게 될 거다. 그때는 너와 나의 목적이 이루어진 후다.
Gregor got to do the least. Okay, 13 minutes. Let's push it. Cigarettes and the nurse father.
길이 같으니 거들어주지.
Looks like we're
실험실. LCD나 AC 쪽은 아까의 무전을 끝으로 더 이상 연락이 없어.
좋지 않은 일에 휘말린 게 아니길 바라오만.
관리자, 혹시 느껴져? 황금가지 말이야. 저들이 혹시 먼저 가져가기라도 했다면.
not yet. I don't think they did. It's still in there.
그래. 그나마 불행 중 다행이라 해야 하나?
Gregor mumbled on in a gloomy tone.
호에나임 씨가 이 소식을 들으면 그래도
We stepped into the lab. The lights were off, it was completely dark inside.
호에나임 씨가 이 소식을 들으면 그래도 한시름 놓겠군 그래.
If the assailants were indeed after the Golden Bough, what could they possibly want with it? I was deeply engrossed in my thoughts when I noticed that Ryoshu had stopped in her tracks. Ryoshu?
이 앞에 나딕다 못해 지긋지긋한 향이 나고 있다.
Even in the cloying darkness of the unlit lab, Ryoshu seemed to notice something out of place.
냄새라고 해봤자 류슈 씨의 담배 냄새 말고. 좋네. 당신 담배를 안 태우고 있었지.
So it's someone else that smokes her brand. Only silence welcomed us in the lab. We couldn't hear any breathing, but there it was without a doubt. The stink of cigarettes and a chilling, disembodied sense of dread we couldn't exactly put our finger on.
그곳에서 나올 때 나는 누군가를 경멸하고 있었다.
Contempt all.
분명.
Ryoshu started muttering as though she was gripped by the chill. I noticed she wasn't speaking to me though. It seemed as though she was wading through a bog of mutilated memories to cling to her emotions at that moment.
지의 성, 마지막까지 당신은 나를 괴롭게 할 생각뿐이었던 거야. 그렇지? 나 때문에? 그건 내가 할 말이지, 요시히데. 네 존재가 지금까지 내 모든 앞길을 막고 있다는 거 알고 있지? 그러니까 이래야 공평하잖아. 요시히데, 나에게는 계속 들려와. 녹슬고 무거운 족쇄 소리가 달그락 달그락.
In that vision of the past, Ryoshu raised her sword in agonizingly slow motion, unsheathing the blade we have never seen revealed before. A white blade of such unfeeling purity, devoid of even a trace of mercy beneath its pale edge. In a split second I was blinded by the glint of the blade. Ryoshu clutched the hooded figure's jaw in her crushing grip. Then without a moment's hesitation she drove the blindingly bright sword into the figure's mouth. Ryoshu pulled the sword out in a swift motion. The figure coughed out a thick glob of blood and a piece of her sliced tongue. But she spat out more than just a bloody chunk of flesh. A guffaw hacked its way out of her mouth. The triumphant laughter of one who has just seized the victory of one's life. With a deep, ragged breath, Ryoshu let the sword fall from her grip. She stood rooted in her spot, staring at the flailing figure with a look of pure confusion.
과학만 이한 과거의 악취가 만연하는군.
And right now, right before Ryoshu's eyes, the vivid presence from the memories of the past came to life in the form of a white silhouette. Her hands slowly brushing the lips beyond which no tongue laid, as if to remember the absence of the organ that Ryoshu had so mercilessly cut off. Like a lone watchman who had been keeping vigil, awaiting our arrival. The mouth that lost its tongue faced Ryoshu without opening even once. But I think I heard a whisper of a hollow sigh escaping between her lips.
나는 나의 5 아비로 인해 이 세상에서 가장 소중한 걸 놓고 왔다. 그러니까 되찾아와야 한다.
다시 만나게 되어 진심으로 반가워, 류슈. 라고 주인님께서 말씀을 전하라 하셨사옵니다.
소지아비.
주인님께선 이 비천한 자에게 따로 바람이 없으시니 자연지사 소생은 적막힌 녹슬어가는 검과 같아 하루가 권태롭고 내일이 허망하였사옵니다. 그 무렵 그대가 거미씨를 따라 이리 오신 은혜로 이렇게 주인님의 뜻을 재차 받들 기회를 얻었죠.
혀가 길군. 비켜라.
As her apprentice approached us, Ryoshu's nurse father slowly stepped away, toward where the container of golden bowels lay nestled, emanating a soft glow.
준비가 끝났사옵니다. 계획한 것을 잊진 않으셨겠죠?
Oh great, puppets. Looks kind of like his way broadsword though. Where the nurse father had left, a figure clad in steel armor entered. What the?
기술이 접목된 무구라기엔 상당히 투박해 보이는구려. 싱클레어 군의 집. 그 지하에서 보았던 고문기구와도 닮은 것 같소.
살도, 피도, 뼈도 드러내지 않고 상대하게 따라 내게 보여줄 예술치곤 미학의 격이 떨어지는데 이런 상황에서의 침묵은 아름답지 않다고 그자에게 배우지 못했나? 그자, 약자비는 어디에 있지?
The armored figure answered Ryoshu's question with a swing of their huge sword. We need to take care of this quick and track down the golden bough. Let's fend them all off.
제법 미학을 깨우쳤군, 시계. 단 얘가 무엇인지 보여주지.
There should be 2 enemies though. After skill attack end, deal number of slash coins that critically hit slash damage against each target. But this cannot stagger. Gain Moonlit Azure Blade. Shield for every stack, damage on critical hit, lose a stack when hit. SP cannot drop below 0, recover to 0 if it does. Convert SP damage taken into gloom damage. Save for SP changes due to base factors increasing sanity or decreasing it. So after losing a clash stuff. In a clash against people that aren't Ryoshu, gain -2. Take less damage from other targets. If in panic, reset to 0, does not change when in panic mode. Poise is capped at 25. Excess poise is converted to Moonlit Azure Blade. Gain poise. If the skill slot using this skill is the main target of an attack, gain 4 fewer poise, but on evade gain poise. And then gain poise count from the Clashful Guard. Okay, I getcha. Stench of times pass. Gain an extra skill slot. 10% more damage to House of Spiders. When staggered, immediately recover from the stagger. When Clash lose a poise count.
받아볼 텐가.
Right, we don't get to decide which ones he goes for, do we?
박봉창. 회풍.
전탄격발.
Oh, screw that speed range. Weak to slash, resistant to blunt, because of course he is. I feel like I really need to tune up the levels of these guys, but I just can't.
언제까지 버티나 보자고.
내 뒤.
He's going to be getting poise count off.
기껏.
Oh wait, maybe not. Maybe because he used the evade after the classical counter, we got something nice there.
진품에는 미치지 못하오나 한없이 닮고 치열하게 싸웁니다.
I don't see anything about what we can do to force him to leave the battle early, though. Just barely. Actually, no. That's better. Oh, she's going to be throwing these hayback offs whether I want it or not.
받아볼 테니.
탑봉창. 내 뒤.
I think this might be the end of it, though. I think we might finally be getting our experience luxivations after this.
정지, 벗어날 수 없다.
He very much resisted that, though. I think we actually need to use this attack. Because there are people that just don't have enough SP.
받아볼 테니.
내 뒤.
저 택을 안 내려주지.
Oh no. Ring Apprentice Frisia, Ring Apprentice Albina. Had 2 Corpus Ingredient. Corpus Ingredient expires next turn. They gain Artwork Frisia. If this unit has Artwork Frisia, use a powerful attack. If hit by an attack before using it, gain Impact Rattled Armor. Lose 10 final power for every stack. Become staggered until next turn. Take way less damage from Burn, Rupture, Sinking, and reduce the stagger threshold raised. Take even less damage from Bleed. Don't change panic types. This unit is in staggered. Gain protection, defense level up, and shield equal to 10% of current HP. Every time using Repressed Flesh, gain fewer protection, defense level, and reduce the shield. When we aren't staggered, when hit by the last coin of an attacker, activate Pierce damage and Bleed damage. Damage cannot stagger the target. On full entry, heal 30 SP. End the turn at 60% HP. She gains even more defense level up. Increase on winning a clash, killing someone, decrease on losing a clash. When hit by attack, skills inflict bleed count on the attacker includes their ego skills. Great! Just grandiose. We gain defense level for all the HP we lose on use.
내 등 뒤에서 벗어나는 거 그다지 옳은 선택은 아닐 텐데.
Let's just not hit her until we're ready.
화격검.
I don't know what damage type she's weak to either.
내 뒤로.
이 구석구가 나의 폭력을 저지하기엔 턱없이 모자르지.
합봉차.
끝내 전소하리. 소생의 쓸모는 이만 들어있습니다.
Okay, he's retreating now that we staggered him. Gain 2 corpus ingredients. Okay, so that's where that's coming from. Oh yeah, we should probably give him his fuel back. Do we know what she's weak to? Blunt, somewhat to wrath, but no other numbers.
언제까지 버텨보자고.
이 불 또한 예술의 황홀경이지.
I think that's a slash resistance. No, why did you have to miss that one?
해풍.
총알값 아까울 놈.
When hit by attack, skills gain rattled armor. He sings Best Hope is There.
화격검.
내 뒤.
색이 황홀하고 아예 기억 못하게 하려는 길이구려.
I'm not sure Yi Sang can survive the retaliation though.
아직 유한성이야. 넌 애새야. 이제 아니야. 관계 같아. 이런 꼴로 관계 같아 사는 건 실례야.
Well, we certainly rattled her a bit. Exclude self, that's why his SP is just staying down. Sloth and Gluttony. No idea what the envy is like, but we don't care, we're just gonna end this now.
이것밖에 못하나.
내 뒤. 합봉참.
그러니까 사시아에 손대지 마. 눈으로만 감.
Multiply damage from Iron Maiden's spikes by 20. This cannot be disabled by offsetting the skill. know what? I think Mersault can do it. So you resist gloom, that's what the problem is.
파격감 전력으로 상대하라. 전탄격발.
계획에 없는 행동을 삼가라고 소생이 누누이 말하지 않았사옵니까?
보여? 파시아도 두근거리기 시작했어. 오랜만에 보는 떨림이야. 파시아에게 대화 정도는 시켜줄 수 있지 않겠니?
그런 사사로운 욕망의 표출은 이번 계획에 있지 않사옵니다.
맥박을 놓치며 달아오르는 살결을 구경만 하는 그런 계획. 파시아는 거슬리나 봐. 힘줄이 팽팽해졌어.
주인된 자들의 뜻에 따르기 위해서는 이런 흔한 장단에는 초연해지셔야 하옵니다.
마에스트로님의 영영 되찾을 수 없는 아이에 대해 늘 궁금했었는데 조형 정도는 준비해볼 수 있지 않겠어?
뜻을 헤아릴 줄도 모르는 망나니에게 가지를 한번 칠 필요가 있겠군요.
With that, the man who stood in our way leaped toward the pulsating great sword of flesh and delivered a powerful strike.
다행이라고 말해야 할지. 저들끼리 싸우느라 정신이 없는 것 같구려.
The golden bow! Feeling a dull pain squeezing through the grooves of my mind, I turned toward the spot from which the sensation surged forth. And saw Ryoshu standing there. In her eyes burned hatred and fury, a glare that would easily have led me to believe she would unsheath the sword from her back at any minute. At the receiving end of that glare was the veiled figure who'd been watching our battle without a word. It's not going to tell me who his master is, I've already forgotten. The Pinky's nurse father simply stood there, meeting Ryoshu's wrathful gaze as she did in the fragmented memories. Then she withdrew into the shadows, the darkness slowly eating away at her shape, before disappearing from our sights.
단테, 황금가지는 찾았어? 이 틈을 타.
No. We were too late. I felt the dull pain in my head lift as I pointed to where the veiled person stood. The golden powers that should have been there were gone. What remained in their place were dozens of cigarette butts, the same kind that Ryoshu smoked, piled up like a thick layer of dust. I hope that they finish soon.
나를 계속 고용해라. 봉헌의 여러 협객 중 내가 별나게 보일 수 있겠지. 하지만 그 후엔 흑수들보다도 뛰어나다는 걸 알게 될 거다. 그때는 너와 나의 목적이 이루어진 후다.
There is no healing in this group and it's mildly concerning, but hopefully we're done with having to fight with only 4 sinners. Unlocked after the 1.8 KST update. Okay, so the question is, Luxcavations. here we go. Level 8 PS excavations. I'll get to that, I guess, in a bonus episode, just to see what we're dealing with. So until next time, guys, take care. I'll see you all around.